The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Welcome to the show. We're back in America. The past couple weeks, we have been on tour, Anya and I, in Europe. We went to 8 cities. Let me just go through them for you. Berlin. Vienna.
Oh, my God.
London. Munich.
Wow.
Hold on. Oslo, Stockholm, Amsterdam, Helsinki, Tel Aviv. Done.
9 cities.
Layover in Istanbul.
Where's done?
Tel Aviv. Wait. Oh, I'm sure there's a done somewhere in Arizona.
Well, there's a Verdun in France.
Oh, well, Brian Frangi's here. He's in Los Angeles, and Noah is in Arizona, and Anya is back in New York. I'm in St. Louis. I got in last night from Tel Aviv. We left at 9 a.m. is when our car picked us up, and we landed at 11 p.m. St. Louis time. That was a 21 hour journey, plus the car ride to my house. So 21 and a half hours full stop. Yeah, but that's international travel, baby. You just lose a day of your life and then you lose 14 days recovering and getting back on schedule. But I think I'm back. You landing at night. Yes, I think I'm good. I'm not even kidding you. Landing at night, and then I just stayed up a little bit. I watched a little bit of Sarah Silverman's new stand-up special. I played a little guitar. I ate a little food, and then I just peacefully went to bed around midnight and a half, and then woke up this morning. I don't want to be back on schedule because what a great excuse to just sleep all day and not really have to do anything. So I might still use it.
I feel like this happens sometimes where the day you get back or the 2 days you get back, you feel like I'm back on schedule. And then 3 days later, you can't stay awake during the day. It's
delusional. Yeah, I can see that happening because there's no way that my body really is adjusted. My mind might be, or maybe my body is and my mind isn't. We shall see. I just lose it during this episode. How are you feeling, Anya?
I got sick on the flight home, but I'm feeling much better now. I was in hell for I don't even know how many days we've been home. 2 days. I was like, how do I have strep throat or COVID? But I'm COVID neggy and I'm strappy neggy. So I think it was just a cold and probably just stress, being a little run down, and I'm feeling so much better.
So run down. We were nonstop, baby. It was go, go, go. I don't know how Chris was another level of go, go, go. He is constantly going out. He was always sightseeing. Noah this weekend went to, you were at the Grand Canyon?
Yeah. Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
South Rim.
How far is that?
It's about 5 hours from where we live.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's like me driving to Kansas City. That's not so bad. And you get to see the biggest hole in the world. And so you went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
But
Can I admit something stupid that I learned from this trip?
Please.
Yes.
So we went to the North Rim 3 years ago, and now we went to the South Rim. I thought the South Rim meant it's at towards the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
But it's not. It's the other side.
Oh wait, I meant
north.
Right, but you thought it would be the bottom of it,
where the river is.
Not all. I knew we weren't going to be all the way at the Colorado River, but I thought it was lower than where we were before when we were at the North.
Because it would be south, into the core of the earth, as opposed to across the way.
Yeah, so that's something I learned at the age of 40.
That's all right.
It's okay.
That's
it's
fine.
A safe space.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it is. Yeah, the Grand Canyon is spectacular and very
Have
cool.
You been there?
But I've been there a few times, I think. But it is you went hiking for 5 hours, and that just listening to that sentence felt like a hike to me. It was brutal to hear that. And Kirsten the other day said she went on a 3.5 hour hike. I go, who is hiking this long? And are you bringing food with you?
Yes.
And a sleeping bag. That's so long.
That's part of the joy of the hike is you bring a little sandwich, and then when you get to a point of interest, you sit there and you eat a nice picnic.
I love sitting and eating and talking, and it does not happen enough in my life. With my boyfriend is not we would, Anya, you will attest to this. We would sit down for a meal. When I travel, all I want to do is have meals and talk and like sit in like a square and like watch people walk, like people watch, not active things, you know, like watch other people be active. Or that's just the reward for like all the sightseeing that you have to do. So you can go, oh, I went to this place, even though there's a Google image that you could show your family and they would still think that you went there. And it doesn't really prove anything. Like we went to the Dead Sea for 2 seconds and Anya was like, I just want to jump in to say I've been. It's like, what is the difference between this and not going? Nothing. There's no difference between this and not going.
Except one key difference.
Lying.
A burning vagina. No one told me that your vagina burns or can burn so much. We got in, first of all, we get into the Dead Sea and Nikki immediately like slams her shin into a rock that no one tells you.
You can see it on the camera. There's a huge rock and Chris and I both jam our, like it's bloody and it's going to leave a scar.
You know, when you're wading into an ocean,
stigmata over here,
So there's like sharp rock. So anyone walking in is going to hit their shin into. You're kind of
like shuffling ahead because you don't really know what's going on. It's just sand.
Splash at the Dead Sea. Also,
right?
It's like more salt than water.
You can get it if you get. Wait, it's more salt than what? Water?
Than water. Like it's
I
thought
you meant like it's more salt than water. You has salt, and it's like yeah, no shit. Okay, no, I get what you're saying. It's more like it has more salt in it than water in it. Yes.
So
it's like what you gargle with when you have canker sores.
Yeah. You get a little bit in your eye. One sad older man who looked like he'd been beaten down was walking back in and he just looked at me and goes, be careful of the droplets. And I was like, the droplets? He's like, yes, be very careful. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get any. And right at that moment, the sea spits into my eye. It's almost like burbling. And a droplet went in my eye and I was like, fuck, like screaming, my vagina's on fire. My eye is now gonna fall out of my head. And I'm just like, I look back at
wasn't
Nikki
on fire.
And I'm like, I'm out. I'm done.
I can't feel anything down there. I think I'm numb.
You just have a different
looked
pH.
into buying testosterone today because I have no sex drive. It's just kaput.
That's why they call it the burning bush.
Do you ever have no sex drive? Like, I don't know what's going on with me. I used to be so horny all the time, wanting sex all the time. It's the most fun thing you can possibly do besides sitting in a square and eating with your friends and talking about people passing by. And now it's obviously feels good when I do it, but it is not on my mind at all. And it has nothing to do with my partner who I couldn't be more attracted to. What's going on? I can't understand it. And it won't go away. Or it won't come back. It has gone away. I need it to come back. It is something that I care about a lot. And it's like, but it's interesting because it's almost like when I say, I wish I cared about cooking or I wish I cared about home design, but I don't. And Chris always goes like, why do you want something that you don't like, that you don't care about? And that's how sex feels now. Like the idea of wanting it feels stupid because I don't want it. So like, I'm not, why do I want this thing that I don't want? Because it brings me closer with my partner because it used to be a fun thing that I did have fun doing, but I don't even masturbate anymore. I don't do anything. It's completely gone, but I'm not like, I don't feel sick. I don't feel, I don't know what's going, it's so strange. But reading about people wanting to have sex, I'm just like, ugh, God.
There's no advice that can be given either. Everything that anyone would suggest it wouldn't work.
I'm looking at supplements. I think it is. I think I need testosterone. So I was like looking online, like testosterone for women. I don't know. I bought some stuff on Amazon today. Who knows if it's going to work.
Have you tried ashwagandha? We're going to get a bunch of DMs about ashwagandha, but I think that stuff.
Bagash.
Yeah, it really helps.
Or overalls. If Chris wears those, I'll be horned up again. Ashwagandha. Okay, yeah, I think I have some of that in my cabinet actually, because at some point someone had suggested that to me. But usually
there's only one really surefire way to get horned up for your boyfriend, and that is you got to break up.
Yeah,
you'll be so horny for months.
You're not wrong.
Get back together, bang it out, or get into a really intense fight or something at the very least, and then break up.
No, I don't want that. No. But you're not wrong about the breaking up thing. You're not wrong. Like, when we get back together, that's always like, you want what you can't have all the time. But I also have been saying like, whenever we break up, I always lose weight really quickly because I'm just like so sad and like stressed out. So I just need it for both of those things. I would like to drop a little bit before I film Off Boy Island. And I would like to get horny again before F-Boy Island. It's nice to bring that to the island.
Yeah.
Quote unquote island. Yeah, I need it all back. So breaking up seriously and music sounds better. I mean, Taylor Swift has a new song out called You're Losing Me. And man, I would love to like be able to relate to that song. There have been times that I have been able to. Can't now. Stable relationship. God damn it.
I can listen to a very specific type of shrooms to break up.
What do you? Oh yeah.
Like it enhances like certain things, but only things that have to do with your emotions.
Yes, it feels so good. I mean, I kind of like. It's one of those painful things that I really actually like craved sometimes. It's like, okay, here we go again, and you get really you almost like springboard into like being social again.
Yes.
You got to fill your life up. So like the second Chris and I broke up last October for a couple days, I'm like texting all my friends like, come, let's meet up. And Chris was like, you went out that night? I'm like, yeah, I wasn't going to sit alone in my hotel room after you left and we broke up. I was not going to like cry into a pillow. I'm sorry. I do that eventually. But my first reaction was call Bill Maher and tell him. That was the weirdest thing I've ever done. I've never called Bill Maher about anything. I literally called Bill Maher because Bill knew Chris and knows Chris. And so I was just like, we broke up. And he's like, wait a second, what?
And he's like, new rules. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. You're gonna get back together. No, he was very comforting and such a help. And I haven't talked to him since. I don't even know that I don't even think he knows we're back together.
Just wait until you break up again, then call him again. That's the next time you talk to him.
I just knew he would have I knew he wouldn't take my side, and he would, because he's fair and balanced. I mean, I feel like Bill Maher never just does what the liberals want. He doesn't do what the conservatives want. He does what he wants. So it felt like the right person to call when because if I would have called one of my girlfriends, they would have taken my side and it would be like, fuck him, like all of that. And I needed someone who knew him, who was going to see his side of things.
What did he say?
He was like, well, I like him, but if this isn't going to work, it's not going to work. Like, it was very sweet of like, I really liked you two together. And I also spare all the details because it's not, I don't think Chris would want me to share all of those, but it was just telling him about the reasoning. And he was just like, this is stupid. And so then, and he was right. It was stupid. And then we got back together. So it was fine. But yeah, he was.
I want to make an attempt at armchair psychoanalyzing the reason why. I have two theories
for low
about my libido.
Why your libido? I think
why
one,
it's a Dead Sea down in my. I have a Dead Sea.
You have too much salt in there.
Dead cunt.
He's got to get out all the salt.
There was no tingle down there. I felt Anya's was burning off her.
Did you shave before you went in there?
No, everyone says that it's inside. It's like the water goes.
Anya's
also, here's another thing
suck
Nikki does.
Up the water, and I go, "What do you mean by that?" She goes, "Suck it up."
Nikki's
and I go,
like, "My pussy's
I don't know
so
what
tight.
that is.
I don't know what you're talking about."
No, I think it's so cavernous. There's no sucking to be had. I had no idea what that even meant.
No, but you said it wasn't even inside you.
But I tried. I don't even know what that meant to suck it up. I think it was already in. Like, it's already a hole that like accepts things.
Yeah, can you do that?
I guess Anya said she could suck.
It doesn't suck. It just goes in. Same with men. Like, a lot of men have reported this. I had to go on Reddit and Google it.
Yeah, Anya was on her phone immediately as we exited the sea.
Also, I was like interviewing women that were English speaking in Israel. I'm like, excuse me, are you guys getting the burning? Oh, you're not? Okay. Excuse me, are you guys getting the burning in the... Okay, no, you're not.
No,
either.
you didn't ask anyone.
I thought about it, but I Googled it, and it's like 5% of people have it, and it is a pH thing.
That's special. I love when I'm in a 5% group where there's like something...
Well, I've always thought online,
there's some like tendon that you have on your arm, and it was like 14% of people don't have it, and I was so mad when I had it. I always want to be minority.
Well, I think this is why like... I was shocked hearing that my girlfriends are just like willy-nilly using soap like inside their vaginas. I'm like, ow, that hurts. So now it makes sense. Like, stuff hurts going in my vag.
Sensitive person.
I have a pH, and so do many men, where that amount of salt is so basic, I guess, and we're acidic. So it really fucks with your pH. I don't think it's dangerous or bad. It's just highly...
You were excited. You were like, you had pop rocks down there. You were like, do you feel that? And I go, I haven't felt something for a while. And
well, once it got in my eye, I was out. But it really makes you float so much. It feels like someone's pushing you out of the water. Like Nikki and I, our feet were up.
it was cool that you could not. Have you been to Israel, Brian?
No.
Have you been? So, and you've been to the Dead Sea, Noah, right?
Yeah.
I was writing to Noah about everywhere we went in Israel. Just like there was one moment in Jerusalem that I was like, "Have you been to Jerusalem? Have you been to the Wishing Wall? What's it called?
Wailing.
The
Well, no, that's
Wall.
derogatory. Western Wall. We can't say
Oh, okay.
wailing for some reason.
I think
The Western Wall.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I was checking with Noah, but the Dead Sea.
I
Do
say
I
mud?
Did I need? Yeah, but like. It's nice to be able to have an anecdote about it and to say, yes, I've been there, and to have that little. I'm not someone who. This reminds me of people who watch birds and then they just tick them off. I want to watch a bird because I think a bird is cute and I want to look at it and I want to go, hey, look at you, little guy. I don't want to just go like, oh, that was the red-breasted kookaburra or whatever, and then I go on to the next one. I think some people just like to collect. Like, I've been there. And it's like, well, what did you do? Did you do anything there? Like, I can see things on Google Image. I don't understand.
I'm
but
so
I guess
glad
I
we
went
went.
in the
It was
sea.
a bonding thing for us, and I
Yeah,
and my
I definitely
vagina will
think so.
never forget it.
But the Uber ride there was, I mean, it was an hour and 20 minutes,
Yeah.
$500 to get there and back and with a cab, which most people cannot afford that. I don't think it would be worth it for most people to do that. But maybe to some people, to Chris, it definitely was. Like, he cares about experiencing things and seeing things. I thought it was bonding for us. I think it was maybe one of the highlights of the trip was just like floating around in there and having some fun. But it was just a body of water that was like we could just put on floaties in the regular
Also,
lake.
I had this vision that it was like going to be this beautiful coast, and all the pictures I've seen, it's like sunny
It was
and gorgeous and incredible. It's like Clear Lake, California. It was like plastic dirty chairs with mud all over them and just
Rocks,
Yeah.
not like fresh sand.
Painful.
Like you're walking down, like you're like, oh, walking on broken glass,
Yeah.
and there's a guy screaming at people to like get away from the buoys and to go too far out. And like it's not like relaxing. We went on a cloudy day too, but the temperature of the water was nice and all of that stuff. But
There's so many
Jerusalem,
things
though.
like that. Like, have you ever seen pictures of the pyramids?
Yes.
And then you pull out, and it's like there's not even sand really around the pyramids. It's just
I've heard it's
a
awful
city.
going
Yeah.
to the pyramids, but Chris really wants to go. I will just say, I don't like going to places where I feel women are oppressed and have a different life than men.
Yeah, they
And I was
segregate
in-
you going to the Western Wall. You cannot, first of all, can't have a phone. You'll get immediately reprimanded. And then
Yes.
women and men cannot be together going to the
Mhm.
Western Wall.
mm.
And I don't like getting in trouble, and I was following Chris to go up to the wall, and they were like, no. And I immediately was like, then I don't want to go to this at all. I'm walking away. Because I just was like, I don't know if I was offended by not being able to do something a man could do, or like offended that I got in trouble. I also got in trouble because my shorts were too short, so they gave me a skirt
What?
to
didn't
tie
tell me
around my
this.
waist. Yeah, she came up and was like, you must wear this. And so I put on a skirt. And so I was just feeling like gross, judged, like slutty Western whore, a Western
At the
whore.
Western
Yeah, a
Wall.
wailing
Yeah.
Western whore. And so I just like kind of got in that little mood of like, I don't even want to see this. I don't care about it at all. I have to go to the woman's side. That's like probably the shittier side. And there was this guy like hopping around singing really like praying really loud, but he was like screaming and like
You guys went on Saturday. That's like the
Dancing.
holiest day.
I know.
I get it, but
Everything
I
was
could not
closed.
understand. I really want to ask some people who know what they're talking about. This guy was jumping around singing so loudly, and people who were in the inn, like who knew, because I could see how they were dressed, like they were there for the right person. They were kind of laughing at him, but like letting it happen. But then one guy went up and was like, no, and like wagging his finger in his face, and the guy kept like dancing. And I said to Chris, what is this? He's so disruptive. It's so annoying. Whatever he's doing. But Chris said if anything disruptive and disrespectful was happening there, they would shut it down immediately. So it must have been acceptable to pray in this way. But it seemed to me to be like a TikTok dance. And he was so loud and trying to get all the attention. And he seemed kind of crazy. I thought it was like a mental illness. So if someone wants to write to me and explain what I was witnessing, this one
It was
guy.
like the Holy Ghost, you know, when you're in evangelical churches and you just get the spirit in you, and then you start
Yeah,
going
because you didn't get
crazy.
enough attention as a kid, and so you need it at this fucking religious site where everyone's being very respectful, and like somehow you have to make it about you. That's what I think was going on. We have to go to break, but I want to talk a little bit more about Jerusalem when we get back. All right, so we go to the Dead Sea, and then Anya leaves because she has to be at the shows earlier. We have a show that night, and then Chris and I we all go to Jerusalem. We have a nice lunch. That was a nice lunch.
It was so fucking delicious.
So
like
good.
the best hummus, Israeli salad. I was like, this is insane. And it was just a hole in the wall place and one of the few places that was open. But
yeah,
that was one of the best meals of the trip for me. That spicy
Absolutely.
sauce. Oh,
it was so good. And then Chris and I walked around like churches and just, you walk around and it's like, it's very tunnely. You know, it's like old timey, and the buildings are like so old, and it's very, tight, narrow corridors with tons of people selling shit from China. Like nothing is actually like made there. There's there's candies like out, like imagine bulk candy that you find at like the Sweet Factory or I don't know what are some candy places in the mall,
like
but they're just
ginger,
open air. It's almost like.
gummies.
Yeah, like peach rings, but it's like a whole thing of them like they're apples, and they're just out. And
wow.
there's pigeons flying around shitting everywhere. And it's like, I can't even believe that people would buy. But, and also I felt like a whore being there because I was getting a lot of attention from the vendor men who Chris didn't even notice, but they were all like, hello. Like they would say it to me on the sly when I walked by. And I just felt like I was disrespecting something by being a woman in shorts. I just felt like I should be covered up. And then I was mad about wanting to be covered up. It was the same ire I felt when I went to a golf course in Cabo with Andrew. And they immediately reprimanded me and said that I needed a collared shirt. And I go, this is the fucking patriarchy. Women don't own as many collared shirts. This is something just to keep us out and to make you, like, am I going to be a better golfer because of fucking collared shirt? And what makes you think you're better? Why do you need collared? Like dress codes are so dumb to me, and I don't respect them, and it makes me furious. Does that ignite anything in you guys? Did you feel that way, Anya, when you were not allowed to be on the side of where the men were kissing the wall or not or touching
I didn't go to that, so I didn't experience that. I was kind of in my own blissful little like whatever cloud of, oh, this is so cool. I was like a juice guy and like enjoying the walk, but I enjoyed watching you get angry because then it was like, this is stuff I'm not noticing,
Right. You didn't notice, you were dressed in pants.
Oh, right.
And like a long shirt. I made the mistake of wearing like cut off shorts.
Right.
And I just didn't know any better. I didn't know. Chris said that when you were getting ready, he was like, you might want to bring something to cover up your arms. And immediately I was just like, then I don't want to go there. Like, I was like, I don't respect anything that tells me to cover up. I don't care. Because there's a point where it's like, I get it. Like, it's someone's religion. I don't believe in that. And I don't respect it. And I think its purpose is to oppress women. And so I don't have to feel okay about headscarves or whatever. And I know this is like, you're Islamophobic or whatever. It's like, no, I just don't like religion. And I don't like women being covered up. I just, of course, as there's
what if
times
you
where I'm
looked
like,
at it as you're an American visiting another place and seeing their culture? And like not imposing your will on someone else's culture.
That's how I felt. I did feel like I was imposing I felt like I don't want to be there. But I also, someone's culture, I don't think it's about culture. I think it's about oppression of women. I don't think it's like, we just like this because I don't think women actually like to be covered up. I think that's my opinion. I think that if you might like, sometimes I do wish I could wear a thing over my face and head, but we're getting into rocky territory that I'm not smart enough to debate. But I'm just saying, I don't respect oppression of women, and I don't need to.
And it made you uncomfortable. Yeah.
And it made me feel, bad. I did feel bad that I felt like I don't ever want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. And I felt like I saw the women looking at me, and like there was this one woman, I caught her eyes and she was looking me up and down, and I felt disgusting. And I felt so bad about who I was, and that I was making her uncomfortable. So there was a part of me being like, I'm not respecting their space and their culture, and was not my intention, but I don't respect that part of it, to be honest with you.
Was there no one else dressed like you? You were the only one?
No, there were lots of Westerners,
but
I think.
Not wearing cutoff shorts. I didn't know, because when you're in Tel Aviv, I was dressed modestly for Tel Aviv.
Right.
But then Jerusalem, I didn't know what it would be like. And I just don't, I just felt, it felt like I made a joke about it. It was like going to your grandma's house. You have to, you can't touch anything. You feel weird in every space. Like you might like ruin something by touching it. Things kind of smell a little different. Like it smells like church everywhere. And you feel like you're dressed like a whore. And she tells you to put some clothes on. You know, like it just felt like I felt shamed, and I felt shameful, and I felt bad that I could have been disrespecting these people who are like, God. And there was, I was obsessed with not coming off like an American who was just like, it's my way or the highway. That's not what I'm saying. I just don't like being told I can't do something because I'm a woman,
right,
or because of anything. And I just don't feel in telling me and not allowing me to have that opinion, because then that makes me a racist or phobic of some kind of culture. It seems like a cop out for people to protect these things that need to be. We need to get rid of them, I feel.
Well, perhaps you should have listened to your instinct at the beginning when it was like, well, if I have to do that, then I don't want to go.
Exactly. But when you're right, I should have listened to that. But I am glad I saw it, because it is, we were like at the church where Jesus is like supposed to be like underneath it or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Like he's supposed to be like buried underneath.
I never knew that. Where is Jesus?
I don't know. I guess he was there. I guess I was like walking around.
All I know is that he was in the cave, and then on Easter he came out of the cave, and then nobody talks about, or at least I feel like,
where he ended up.
Happened. Yeah, what happens after that? Where's Act 3?
He's in heaven.
I don't know. Yeah, what crematorium did he end up in?
There's no body. It disappeared because Christ has risen.
Oh yeah,
yes,
that's right.
dude.
Then what the fuck was Chris talking about? He said he was underneath all the bricks and stuff. He was underneath because people kept
was telling everybody
kissing this like little. There was this like area that was like almost had water on it, and the women were wiping it down and then kissing it, and then wiping it down again and kissing it.
The sepulcher? I don't know.
The Church of the Holy Sepulcher.
He just assumed that Jesus was
horny.
under there?
I just got horny. Yeah. I don't need testosterone when you hear the word sepulcher.
We need to hear Brian's theory.
What, my theory? What about
About why Nikki is losing her sex drive.
Oh,
you started, but you didn't finish.
Yes, I armchair psychoanalyze Nikki with no professional experience whatsoever. I have two theories.
Yeah.
Theory number one is that potentially you equate horniness, you equate horniness with anxiety. Like there's an overlap of anxiety and horniness. So you need to manufacture some anxiety in your relationship in order to get horny.
Yeah, that's not true. That's a good point. When we were driving to the Dead Sea, Chris said he had been there before, and I go, "What slut did you go there with?" Just jokingly, just because I knew that when he was like over there last time, he was kind of dating some women. And so I said, "What skank did you bring there?" And he was like, "Oh, she's a nice girl, actually." And I was like, "Wait, really?" And so he was showing me pictures of them. And there was a picture where she was like kissing his cheek and stuff. Like they were like a couple back then. And it was like exactly 5 years ago to like the day almost.
Wow.
And I was just like, then I looked up in my calendar, like, what was I doing that day? And I'm like, oh, I was texting with some guy who fucking didn't like me. And I was, because all that day was, I went to the day in my photos, and it was just screenshots of texts from this guy and me sending them to Noah and Anya being like, do you think he likes me? He was like on our radio show that day, and like we had a vibe, but then he was like giving me the runaround. So it was like, it was funny I always like to see like what I was doing the day of. You're not wrong. So that actually, when I saw this girl, and she was not a slut, she was like, wasn't a slut. I was saying slut in a funny way, like because I was feeling like a slut that day, and I just like to it's just funny for me to be like one of these women who thinks anyone their boyfriend was with before was just a whore. Like that's just, it's like a funny, Chris laughs because obviously I don't think that at all, but she was actually really nice. And he's like, she's one of the only people I've dated, I think in the past 10 years besides you, that it's like a real person. He was like, she's like a person you would like bring home to your family. She wasn't just like, you know, a fling kind of thing. And that really ignited something in me. There was like something I was like, okay, like, cause I was jealous and I was excited that like there was someone else out there who like once, like I could tell she like kind of was falling in love with him on that trip. Like they were mudding each other up and like floating around, and she looked so good in a swimsuit and he looked really cute and he was just doing certain things. I was like, oh, he liked her and she liked him. And so it got me a little bit aroused. Yeah. So maybe that's true. It's connected.
So now all you got to do is figure out how can you manufacture that on the fly.
Yeah, he just needs to pull up pictures of him and his exes like having fun, or like I just need to feel some sort of threat of like I'm gonna lose him, like the breakup threat you're saying. Like I like when he like will be like comment on a girl on TV or something, or just show interest in someone else, or I just want to hear about. I mean, I've always been open about like I like to hear about his like past stuff because it gets me riled up and it doesn't get me like angry. And Noah even talked about this subject because she sent me a text about the Taylor Swift song All of the Girls You've Loved Before.
Oh yeah.
And it's a song that Taylor Swift released that's a vault track from the Lover album, but it's a new release. And it's about all of the women that the guy she's with currently, not Matt Healy, but the guy, Joe, who she was with. I think it's about Joe. I assume it was. How like every girl from his past led him to her. Is that what you got from it, Noah?
Yeah. And how like these guys that we've dated in the past, we kind of made them better for the next person. And she could be the one that they end up with.
Yes. Every dead end street led you straight to me. Now you're all I need. I'm so thankful for all of the girls you loved before. But I love you. She throws that one out and then she goes, but I love you more. She like has to win at the end.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, I like that part because
I like that song
it's such a good song. So yeah, maybe you're right. It's connected to anxiety.
Number 2. I have a second theory.
Okay, let's go.
I have 2 theories.
Pillars.
Number 2 is maybe, you know how you talk about how you perform better when you're being watched?
Yes.
When you go through a breakup, you kind of, even though maybe it's not true, you kind of have this aura about your life that you're being watched, or you wish that your ex was watching everything you do. So once you get broken up with, you probably perform your entire life at a heightened level because of the opportunity for your ex to potentially see that.
Yes. That's exciting. You go into this mode of like, if he were to see, I need to be thriving right now.
Yes.
And you just immediately start living like that. Like, I don't go into like, I'm sad, I'm going to cry all day. I go into like, let's get the next thing going. Not the next guy, but like, let's switch it up. Let's have life again. So yeah, that might be connected. And the voyeuristic thing of like someone could be watching, even though I'm not someone who like likes to have sex and have people watching. I think that is really grosses me out. You would think that I would be someone that would be into that, but I am not.
Yeah, no, you break up and then all of a sudden you're like constantly kayaking.
Yeah.
Your ex messages you on Instagram like, I didn't know you kayak. And you go, oh yeah, I kayak all the time. You didn't know that?
Yes.
I think about that all the time. Like, you know, after the initial grief period, everybody kind of gets their shit together when they get broken up with. That's when people, or when they have affairs, they start working out, they take up that project they were putting off forever. I made my first album during a breakup, like to get out of a depression. And I started a record label and I assembled a band and I began recording all in a 24-hour period of being completely bedridden and depressed for weeks.
Right.
And I was just like, I'm done with this shit. And then I had a label and a PO box and a band and like a date on the books to start recording.
Yes. I think that happens a lot. Like when I lose a job or I lose something, it puts me into action mode of like, okay, fill up that that space that was taking up, prove to them that I'm not, that I can do things, that like it put you into action. This is depressing to me, being in a solid relationship. I don't like it, because then I want to start a band. I want to do things that are thrilling, like make that. I want to take up kayaking. I don't really, but I wish I was the kind of the person that wanted to. I want to do those things. So being in a relationship, I did realize on this trip that Chris and I have different goals on vacation. We like to do different things. And I would feel a lot of guilt when I didn't want to do the things that he wanted to do, because in my mind, he is thinking, I want to share these experiences with someone. And she doesn't like this stuff. And you certainly don't want to fake it. And because then I was having a little bit of this thing that I used to have with my mom. It's so funny how our relationships reflect exactly how we had these same things in our childhood. My mom used to, when she's horrible to shop with because she can't get out of a store. She'll check out, and then on the way out, we would literally flank her so that she couldn't see the racks on the way out, because she would find something on the way out and go, wait, hold, let me just look at these shorts. Well, look at these. Well, these are, oh, though that's like and then we couldn't get out of the fucking store. So I always hated shopping with my mom because it would take so long. I would be so bored in like the women's casual section. Like it was always just like boring women's, in Lord and Taylor or whatever, or Value City, wherever we would be. And my mom always used to go like, all right, Nick, we get it. You want to go. And I go like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing here. Like I didn't know what to do with my body because I knew it would make her mad if I showed that I was bored. So I wouldn't ever like complain about it, because that was not going to work. My mom would only get like really mad if you got mad at her. That didn't solve anything. I tried that obviously for years. So the next thing would be just wait it out. Just get through it. Like she's looking at racks of clothing. Just wait. And so me just standing there should be like, I get it, Nick. I just hear the racks like, okay, I'm going as fast as I can. I get it. You're miserable. And I go, I don't know what I'm doing. Like what? And she'd be like, your arms are crossed. We get it. And I'd go like, I don't know how to stand, Mom, to let you know that I don't care. Take your time. And so Chris does not have that attitude with me that my mom used to have of like, we get it. You're trying to set a bad mood. But like I fell into that in Jerusalem because I wanted to leave. I was upset that we were no longer in a section that I could we were in the women's casual section again, except that it was the men's casual, and you're not allowed to be there as a woman. I felt like I was in the wrong section. I didn't want to be there anymore. I wanted to leave, but I also didn't want him to sense that I wanted to leave. So I was trying to do the thing where it's like, what do you do with your body when you don't care whether or not your boyfriend's looking at postcards?
Dancing like a maniac. That's what that guy was doing.
That guy would.
He just didn't want people to know that he wanted to leave.
Doing an impression of someone praying. Do you ever do that where you go, you're so like? I remember one time I really liked this guy, and I found out he had a girlfriend. It was like the second I found out he had a girlfriend, right? And I had been waiting and hoping so badly he didn't have one. And then he says, oh yeah, we have a dog. And I was just, I had a crush on this guy for weeks. And I had not asked him anything about his personal life because I did not want to know that he had a girlfriend, which I thought he probably had. But like, I could live in this denial area where it was like, I can't fantasize at night about this guy anymore if he has a girlfriend. But my best part of my life at that time in my life was going to sleep because I would just fantasize about us being together. So he was going to steal, if he had a girlfriend, it was going to steal the hope and the fantasy. And he says, we have a dog. I've told this on this podcast before, but he says, we have a dog. And I have a joke about it, but I was like, please live in a group home or with your mom or like some kind of like, maybe this is an insane asylum where you guys have like a dog at the, front desk or something. Anything other than a girlfriend. And of course he goes through his phone and he's like, and we're in a group of people and he hands me the phone to see his dog. And I had to go like search the recesses of my brain to go, how does one respond to seeing a girlfriend? If like Brian Frangie were to show me, this is my girlfriend and my dog, how would I act?
Right.
If I wasn't in love, secretly in love with this person, like
you go, oh shit, fuck.
Yeah, just like, oh, God damn it. Like, yeah, that's exactly. What am I going to jerk off to tonight? Yeah, that's my classic girlfriend dog response. But I just remember getting the phone and just going, oh, like I didn't say anything. Who doesn't say something when you see someone's dog for the first time? Someone who you've been like cordial with for a while. I wanted to say nice dog, but me and his girlfriend, when I said it, that would have been that would have been a win for me to be like, oh my God, what a cute dog.
Yeah.
And be talking about the girl like I know it's in my head. It's like when someone's rude to me at Starbucks and I go, have a good one, and they don't know that I mean death.
Yeah. You
Maybe
that
you're just
dog's
a
got
bad
beautiful
liar.
hair.
You're just really honest.
I'm a bad liar.
Who's
That's a
that?
Billie Eilish song.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe I am. I definitely know I'm a bad liar. Oh, my eyes dart around all over the place. I start like getting sweat. My asshole tightens. I can't suck up any dead water.
I know.
See?
Did you get any
Starts
salt water
tingling.
up there?
Yeah, I'm not a good liar. I don't think I'm. And what a great quality to have.
It is.
I like that I can't lie.
Oh, lying.
I
is
just get quiet.
awful. Yeah,
and that's
it's
why I didn't
hard.
say anything. I was just like, oh, but I just remember this like, and that was what I was trying to do in Jerusalem was like, how does one stand when they're okay being somewhere? And I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't do it. I was just, Chris quickly got the memo of like, okay, we can go. And I was like, no, we can keep, it's fine. And like, it's like, I'm lying. No, I want to go, babe. I want to go. But I did feel like, Noah, you had a little of that. You said, and maybe you don't want to get into it, on your trip of like, maybe Avi could be having a better time with someone else.
Yeah, someone who can like hike 14 miles with him and then camp for 3 days and then go back up.
But what would you tell me about this circumstance of like, I feel like Chris wants a better travel companion than I can give him, because he never said that, by the way, never once indicated it. If I ever wanted to stay in, he would be fine with it. But there's only so much of that someone can take, and then eventually they want a divorce even though we're not married. And that's my fear.
So this is something that Avi and I had a conversation about also as we like did a debriefing of our trip. And you just, first of all, you learn as you go. So you have these trips and you realize how you each like to travel, and then you just have to like meet in the middle. I told him, I'm never going to be like your friend Mike and go hiking with you for like 5 days and come out looking like we've been like bushwhacked or something.
Right.
Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm not
But
going to.
Mike's also not going to suck your dick in a courtyard Marriott.
Yeah, exactly.
After you hiked 14 miles with him.
Exactly. He's not going to give you a handy when you go back to the hotel. So we just have to like meet in the middle. And, you know, he has, even though he denies that he had any expectations of what we were going to do, he kind of did. And we weren't able to do what he was expecting. And, you know, both of us, we just have to like take ownership of, you know, where I get frustrated and I don't want to, you know, I just kind of like huff and puff and don't want to do something. I have to be a little bit more open. And he has to now put these expectations on me. And, you know, the more I realize is like, he can have trips with his guy friends or his friends and do all these things and be happy in that way. And we can have our trips where we both bond and have a good time in our own way, where there's no imposition of expectations on each other.
That's a nice a nice compromise. Because I feel like I always just want to give in to what he wants to do, and then that's not going to be fun because I'm going to end up building resentment. And
yes,
but I also feel like if I always do what I do and I don't give, it's like I'm not always going to give in to what he does. I do say, hey babe, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go back. I need a nap before the show. But I do feel like I miss out on certain things, and I feel like enough of those things add up that he'll start building resentment. But guess what? It's none of my fucking business if he does, and he can tell me if he does. And if he doesn't tell me, then that's, you know, then that's also his business.
Right.
Like I can't control what he feels, and I can't jump to conclusions about how he is feeling.
What you're doing is much better than the alternative, which is a lot of people will just become their partner. And then all of a sudden they're like, I love hiking. I hike all the time. I'm going to hike. And then you have all these new clothes and stuff. Then you break up and you never hike again.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened to the hiking? And it's like, I guess I just got over it.
I still did a lot of things I didn't want to do. Let me just say, because I know because I want to be the type of person who does want to walk around Vienna and
But
see
it's your
stuff.
partner
Like,
showing you stuff. Do you regret doing a lot of those things?
no, I don't, because he did show me a lot of cool things, but I still don't get the allure of travel. I still don't get it. You see one old building, you kind of seen them all. Like you've seen one cathedral, or like I think virtual reality headsets are going to really open up a world to me that is going to accomplish exactly what I feel like in all these places, which is like I just see something with my eyes. I don't have anything tangible from it that I can remember or reflect on. I just get to, this is just bragging rights, and it feels as pointless as I do believe sports are, because sports, I also feel like
Gas.
No, not sports.
listen, I'm jealous that people want to travel and love traveling. I wish I felt this way about it, but I feel the same way about sports. I wish that I got excited about a World Series that I know in next season is going to mean nothing anymore, and it's just going to be forgotten, and now all that matters is this moment. And when they fail in this moment, everyone's going to be mad at them and not even give a shit about what they accomplised before. You know,
But
like
isn't
it's
this
just
what
everything's.
life is? That's
Yes!
life, Nikki.
So
All your
why
whole
do
life
we
is just
have
moments.
to fly places and spend 20 hours on a plane and go through customs and lug luggage and wait for luggage and exchange money and have to figure out the rates and go eat foods that you don't
It's
really
just the
like and have to
same
drink
reason you do
Starbucks that
anything.
doesn't taste the same as the Starbucks where you like at the Starbucks that you like. These are the things that
When you're
but
on
I'm
your
glad.
deathbed,
Yeah.
all you're gonna have are your memories. And people, you gotta just, unless you have Alzheimer's, you can't remember
My best
anything.
memories are laughing with friends in a sedentary position. It's my best memories. Our dinners and laughs.
What was your
hanging
favorite
around.
part of the last 2 weeks?
That's a great
Or
question.
what are some visions in your head that pass through when you think of the last 2 weeks in Europe and beyond?
Getting to go to bed at night
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
and
I love
having
going
the
to
day
bed.
be done. That's always what I look forward to. The walk to the car. Noah said it before, like the hike is the best, or was that you, Noah? The best part of the hike is when you see your car. Like I like seeing my bed. Going back to my hotel with my boyfriend, getting to sleep in a bed next to him, getting to be on our phones and look at all the things that happened on Reddit that day and laugh with each other and go, hey, like, did you see this? And then hold up my phone and Chris kind of looks at it and is like, like those are my favorite things. The nice hotels, and then eating. All the meals. Chris and I had a really good meal in Tel Aviv. Anya and I had some really, just getting coffee with Anya or tea with Anya, like having girl talks, getting the massages, even though that was not that comfortable. The massages that we got in, where were we?
Helsinki?
Stockholm? Helsinki, yes. Helsinki? Heaven floaty. That was my life.
The best massage was the foot massage in Amsterdam. 2 in a row.
God. It was amazing. Tibetan massage. And that was so good. It's like I've had the best. I can't go back. And then we're like, we're getting massages everywhere we go. Then we go to Helsinki and these Thai women
put us in a room together and then make us
I want a foot massage
disrobe.
because I do not want to be intimate. I just like feet. I don't want to get totally undressed. I don't want them touching my whole body. I realize I have
Good
like
boundaries.
a traumatic response to a full body massage. I don't like it.
As you should. As you should.
As you should. No, I don't know that I should. I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but I just do not. I feel deeply uncomfortable the whole time. Sometimes I fall asleep and I wake up and I'm like startled that someone's touching me. And then I'm like, oh, I just slept through so much of the money I spent and I didn't even feel how good that felt. And then I start feeling guilt. And then they start beating you up at the end. Just... They're just so mad
But
at
you
you
were
and they
good.
start
You
hitting
didn't let
you.
her take your clothes off and you didn't let her massage your hair, which is your phobia. You were like, no hair, no
Yeah.
hair, no hair.
And then they always laugh when I say no hair. And then
No head, no head.
But they definitely were doing some stuff to me I did not care for. I didn't like that massage.
And
at all.
Why do
I'm
you
a
think they're mad at you?
pushover. I'm a pushover.
Because-
I let them take all my clothes off. The next thing I know, I'm like, okay, fine. And then I'm right next to my best friend, completely naked. And a Thai woman is grabbing both arms behind my body. I'm on my stomach. I'm 3 feet above Nikki, naked as a jaybird. I'm just like, I don't want this.
Oh, I would never mind being naked around you. Are you modest like that?
Well,
I've never seen you naked.
I don't. Yes, you have, but I don't want to
don't
just
think I
be
have.
like greased up and nude, like, and then she drops me and then pulls me up again, and I'm like, and I'm like in a gross position, like completely naked. I might as well be hovering over Nikki's body, completely nude. That's how close I was. You didn't see that?
No, I wish I would.
I was just like, please let her be
No.
asleep. Please let her be asleep.
Oh, I wasn't. The whole time I'm just fuming because this massage is so light and so fast. Fast and light. The two
no.
worst
Mine
things
is
in a
the
massage.
opposite. Fucking athletic and naked and painful.
Wasn't she like rubbing her vagina on your like heel?
Oh yeah. No, she starts and she's like, take off your clothes. And then her entire vulva is on my heel.
Whoa.
I think I would have liked that.
That's the
Honestly, it would have
noise
been
she
more
made.
pressure than the woman was giving me. Mine was just light and fast. She
Oh,
was
that's
too
the
fast.
worst.
And I thought she was warming me up because sometimes when they're doing a massage, they warm
Yes.
you up. And so
Yes,
they
of
just do it like
course.
fast and light. And then the warm up was taking like 15 minutes.
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, oh no. And then she
No.
switches legs. And I'm like, maybe she's warming the other one up too. And then she'll go back to that one.
I
No,
know,
that was
I've
the
done
massage.
Oh, terrible.
And do you know
wet.
why I think they hit you? Because they hate you. Because I'm a dumb white bitch that's coming in and they don't want to be doing this. I don't think most people working, and maybe I'm wrong. This is another way I can get canceled on this podcast today about racial insensitivity. But I do believe most people working at Chinese and Thai massage places, it's a family business and they're kind of like it's not their passion to massage people. You know what I mean? But you know what's worse than someone it's not their passion to massage? Someone it is their passion to massage. That bugs me too. I've gone to a lot of white men whose passion is massage and it does not feel comfortable. I do not like that either. That gets too sensual. One guy made me, I think I told about this. In St. Louis, I went to a guy and he made me do a post-mortem about the massage. After I got dressed, he came back in and was like, now I want you to think about while you're getting dressed what you liked and what you didn't like. And I really want some feedback. And I'm like, I want to get the fuck out of here because
Yeah.
I didn't like any of it and I'm going to have to come up with a lie for you about what I did like. It was terrible.
And that was supposed to be a relaxing massage.
I should have
not
told
like
him the feedback. Yes, it was supposed to be amazing, like an expensive massage too. I mean, this guy was a white guy that went to
I
school
can't
for it.
imagine
This wasn't a
something
family
less
business.
relaxing than giving someone feedback on their work.
Oh my God. And let me just say, I don't think everyone that works in a Asian massage, like a family run, like a massage place where you go in and everyone's Asian. I don't think all of those people are indentured servants, but I think some of them are. And I don't think they all want to be doing it. And I could be wrong, but do you ever get that sense, Anya?
Which is
Of
why
course
we
you
like
do.
to tip a lot.
Yes. Okay, we gotta go to break, but let's do Reddit dump when we come back. And I'm wondering if I have anything else to say that could get this podcast canceled. I'll come up with something. We'll be right back after this. All right, so let's do Reddit dump. Before we get into that, Succession finale.
I can't talk about it.
I won't
Spoiler
talk. I
alert.
won't say anything.
Okay,
I won't
go
say
on.
anything. Can I just?
Spoiler
I'm
horn?
gonna.
For myself.
So you haven't watched it.
I'm
You're like
3 episodes behind.
Okay. Well, I will not say anything, but this will not be a spoiler. We didn't
Okay.
need the spoiler horn. Take it back. Okay. Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
It's like
That was the
sucking.
sound
just
of your
to say,
vagina
yeah.
in the Dead Sea.
Yeah.
It was great. I will say that I am satisfied.
Oh,
To
good.
quote D from Clueless, I am satisfied. And I will also say that I didn't get to watch it live when I was in Israel. I tried. It didn't work. And I watched it as soon as I landed in Newark with Chris. And we, on our layover, we went through, had to, get our bags, recheck them. I got clear, so I just zipped through. Chris has to get in the TSA line. He doesn't even have TSA pre. It didn't print on his thing. So he's in the line for an hour. All
God.
we're looking forward to, all we want to do is watch this. We can't wait because we have a 3-hour layover. So we're watching it at gate 71 in Newark, and we're just like, and then we had to
Good
board our
gate.
flight, and then we watched the last of it on the plane home. And it was awesome, and I loved it. And I have read like a million things about it since then, and it's become kind of my whole, purpose in life is dissecting it. And and I saw a lot of theories about how the show would end. One in particular, a bestie sent me, and you didn't see that, did you, Anya? I didn't show you that one?
No.
Okay, I want to just say that one was right on the money. Good job to that person who sent me that theory. And it's just the best acting ever.
Stuck the landing. The whole series stuck the landing.
I would say that, and it was funny because I was reading. If you watch Succession and you watch Game of Thrones, there was this meme that was really funny. That was like, if we know HBO how they end their best series, and it showed that Greg, who's this kind of ridiculous character, was obviously going to become the king because isn't that how Game of Thrones ended?
Is this a spoiler alert?
No, even worse.
No.
Okay.
I'm not. You think I'm that stupid?
No.
Okay, I'm not giving. But Greg is certainly not the king.
Because I've heard that theory. Okay.
No, that's for people who don't know what they're talking about. There's no way Greg could become the king. There's no way. But if that was kind of a joke circulating of like they botched it so bad on the Game of Thrones.
No,
but
if Succession ended like Game of Thrones, then the main guy would have come back from the dead. He would have set the whole town on fire, and then all the characters that you thought were good would start having sex with each other and then die in a collapsed wall.
Wait, were you when Game of Thrones ended?
Did you
were
cry?
you
Insane.
Were you like ready to just turn off the TV, or were you like, I guess I'm going to see this through? Like, and it wasn't just the last episode. I mean, I think the whole last two seasons, from what from what Chris says, were so bad that it was like everyone couldn't believe it.
You know what? It was just rushed, and I blame Benioff and Weiss, the co-showrunners and co-creators, because they didn't want to do it anymore. They were like, we can wrap this up in 12 episodes. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You've got 2 entire books to get through. You can't wrap it up in 12 episodes. But rather than do what people with other franchises do, which is just say, you know what? I'm going to hand this off to other showrunners, and they can do it for as long as they want. They were like, we're going to wrap it up ourselves. And I mean, I feel like if they handed it off, it could have gone for another 5 seasons. And instead of it being rushed and all the characters undermined and ending with a stupid conflagration of nonsense, it would have been good. It could also become like Walking Dead, where it went on for way too long and then like the later seasons were shit. But I do feel like it had a better chance of succeeding because Benioff and Weiss were like, we're going to go do Star Wars now. We don't want to do more Game of Thrones.
They were over
also
it.
the actors didn't want to do it anymore either.
What the fuck? Why would you not want to do this show that is like the best show? Because I guess it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of being like cold and in a lot of makeup, and like in these really weird locations, like in Russia, and like just being, not that Russia's weird, but like here we go again, but like just being in places far from their family, like like shooting of show sucks kind of a lot of times.
Imagine you do it for 10 years
in the dark. And you leave your coffee
them.
cup on set, and it's the biggest fucking plot line the whole show. But no, Succession ended perfectly. My only thing is I'm going through a mourning period of my favorite thing that I've had this year is gone away, and I need a new thing. And on the girls' chat, they're like, I love the show Maid. I'm just doing it with Carlisle. Maid was so good. There's no show on Netflix that will replace this for me. So if you have any ideas of a book, the books are the only thing that will do what this show did to me in terms of like how immersed I got in it. Maybe the show 6 Feet Under, maybe The Wire. I know the shows that I could get into that would give me the same kind of thrill. I already did Mad Men. I'm probably going to start that again. Let me just say,
Righteous Gemstones. That's coming back.
I think you'd like The Americans.
Yeah, maybe The Americans.
It's really well done.
I watched The Whale.
Okay.
On the way home.
Can't believe it. I thought you'd never watch that.
Well, Chris gave me 2 options, Grand Budapest Hotel or The Whale.
Oof.
And
okay.
I'll take The Whale.
I said I want to do the
choice.
I know, right? Sofa's choice, because I
here's
chose
my
the
mom's
man on the
review
sofa
of
the whole movie.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Anyuta, I saw it. I didn't understand a single thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's your mom in a lot of circumstances.
Not a single thing.
Oh,
I didn't either. I watched it. I didn't understand a damn thing. That's the Wes
so I'm glad I
Anderson
didn't
movie,
choose
right?
that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Wes
that
Anderson?
dogs one. I saw the dog cartoon.
Yeah, no, it's Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
2014 film.
Yeah.
2014. That could have been his last
Wasn't
one.
it just a second ago? Okay, I'm confusing it. Sorry, I'm confusing it with the one in France or somewhere. I'm really fucked up. I don't know what I'm talking
Right.
about.
That was the
let me just
Grand
say I
Paris
chose The
Hotel.
Whale.
Okay.
The Whale sucks. It sucked. I would rather watch Free Willy.
How was Brendan Fraser's
14 times.
performance?
Great. Amazing. Right? Okay, he's great. But this movie is not Oscar worthy. Give me a fucking break. He's choking on a hoagie every 3 seconds. He's pounding his chest. He's wheezing. It is porn for people who like hate fat people. And Lindy West wrote an amazing piece that I've obviously been inspired by and have watched this with a discerning eye. But Lindy West is a fat activist and she's incredible, a great writer, but she hated the movie. And I read her piece before I saw it. And I already read everything about it that hated it. So I was already set up to hate this. But it was an eye roll fiesta. It was just, fat gore. Like, it was just like anyone who just wants to believe that fat people are just so disgusting. And like, it was just, it didn't deal with it as a addiction, which it clearly is, as much as I wanted it to. Everyone's just mad at him the whole time. It was a cheap movie to make because he doesn't leave his home. It never leaves the home. There were some interesting like characters that appeared and like I'm just tired of the plot line of the bratty daughter. Can we please give this up, of like the daughter who's just like, no, dad, you suck. And like, I'm not doing that. Fuck you. Like, I can't anymore. Just how about we get a cooperative daughter? A daughter who are all teenage daughters like this? I mean, they must be. I was kind of a cunty when I was like that, but it's not interesting anymore. And also, like, I
We
guess
get it. You don't want to watch me eat my sandwiches anymore.
Yeah, I feel like it's me being fat phobic. That is not the case here. I thought it was mean, spirited. I thought it didn't get into like it just didn't do it. Episodes of Intervention or My 600-Pound Life are much more interesting than the show. If you really want to know what the pain of like the fat person's, person who is about to die's from being fat's existence is like. It's just like this was.
So is this the thing that brought Brendan Fraser back, or is there something else?
No, I think it was this.
The Affair kind of started his career back. He was really great in The Affair.
He's amazing. Every performance was great in this, except the woman that was his friend who was just like mad all the time, just like stomping around. It was just, if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. She's just like, stop doing that. Don't eat that. Don't do that. Oh, fuck you. Get out of here. Like, she's just mad all the time. And Darren Aronofsky, that one movie he did, The Mother, where they like crack a baby in half at the end. Like, it's just
God.
like, it was awful. I mean, that movie was actually interesting, but it ends, it's the same movie. It really is kind of the same movie. Okay. Final thought. Let's get to Reddit dump. This is your Reddit dump. Alrighty. Okay. I saved some good stuff. Let's get to it. Okay. This is from Ask Reddit. It says, what are some girl secrets guys don't know about?
What?
What are some girl secrets that guys don't know about? Okay, someone said, selecting the right tampon is a gamble every time. Too small for the flow and you can feel it try to fall out as you walk because it's heavy. Too big for the flow and you'll be faced with pulling out a particularly dry wad. Oh, so painful. Yeah, that's a girl secret for sure.
Sure, but that guys don't know about?
Yeah, you don't know about that.
I guess I don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't know about that. No.
How to do
It's
a
not like
silent
that
fart?
guys would love to know or something. It's just the guys have no idea about.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah,
Okay,
girl
okay.
secrets, like just things that are happening in our bodies and in our hearts and our pussies that you have no clue about. How to do a silent fart? I mean, everyone should be
knows
able to
that,
figure that
right?
one out. But you found that out way too late, right?
No, I know how to do those. Since I
You've
was
been doing those your whole life?
probably, well, maybe like in my teens, I was like, oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Just pull it to
They
the
don't
side.
always work that way because sometimes your asshole is like, nope,
Yeah.
this is an inside job.
I took a 40-week seminar on how to do that.
You know what it
Cost
is, right, Brian?
$5,000.
You just pull your
No,
ass cheeks apart so that it's silent.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess not. That is a secret I didn't know.
I think
Really?
men don't know
Nuh-uh.
how often women are getting something done to their face. But I don't know if that's a
Yes.
secret. But I think many more women are doing many more things than you have any idea about. Same with makeup.
Just go Google Blake Lively's nose. Everyone just do that because I'm so tired of her being like lauded as the just natural beauty. Just see what's happened throughout the years. And don't ever compare anyone to her because they're all I think that's another thing. And I'm not outing her. It's a very clear nose job. I see nose jobs everywhere. I'm so good at spotting them now.
You can
because I want one so bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get one pretty soon. I just love them. I think they're cool. I think they're like I'm starting to look at them like a cool haircut. Like that's how shameful it should be. It shouldn't be something that's shameful. You want to fix your fucking nose because you want to look better? Why is it okay to wear makeup to look better? Why is it okay to cut your hair to look better? Why is it okay to get your roots done to look better? But it's somehow you have to lie about having a nose job. I'm not going to lie about mine because you will be able to tell. I didn't like how Jennifer Grey lost her whole career because she got a nose job because everyone was so mad at her and disappointed. And it was almost like it wasn't because she wasn't cute anymore or a good actress anymore or we liked you so much better when you looked like this. It was honestly like we're going to punish you because we know you've done something that's vain.
Yeah, it's a different time now. I feel like people wouldn't care at all. They would reward her.
Okay,
well, I thought
wait
the
a
whole
second.
thing was it made her look unique, and then when she did the nose job, she no longer had the unique look that the people were looking for.
Yeah, maybe that's it. But I really feel like it was a shame-based ostracization because it was so
look
obvious.
what she did.
And everyone else does very faint work. Okay, this is one for Anya. This girl said, our vaginas are so acidic they can bleach underwear. A lot of girls who own black panties will know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Wow.
I've never bleached underwear before.
I don't think mine bleaches it, but maybe. I'm just not noticing. I know that like when I do those boric acid suppositories, here's a secret. Women sometimes use these boric acid suppositories that are great if you're prone to yeast infections or, just have that not so fresh feeling. And there's a great company that makes some. And when I have used those and then I wake up in the morning.
Why have you never told me about this?
Oh.
I've never heard of a boric.
Because you don't have yeast. You're not prone to that stuff. But I would tell you in a heartbeat if you had a yeast infection.
Okay, so you do.
You throw it up there myself.
I've never even heard you tell other, like we've been in conversations.
Oh, yeah,
I've
Sarah
never
Lena
heard this
and I
in my
talk
life.
about it a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boric acid suppositories. They kill them They kill a yeast infection fast and just clear things up if you're feeling weird. Anyway, in the morning, however, the suppository will have come apart. And boric acid, by the way, is fatal if you ingest it orally. Just saying, don't let your dogs or cats or anything near your underwear
go down on you.
It will disintegrate your underwear, the stuff. That's what I learned. I was like, why do my underwear have holes in the crotch? And it's because of that.
Yeah, the word acid it might have given that away. Okay, if you have long hair, you will be pulling hair out of your butt crack after you shower.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that happens all the time.
You
found a long hair. Sometimes it does a tourniquet around my clit. It's spun around it and I tug a hair and it will tug my vagina.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is another one. No clue when our periods end. We often just kind of go, fuck it, I'm done with this and decide it's done when it's about to end. That's really funny. We do that. There's no you don't get a seed doesn't fall out and you go, it's over. Or a flag is
that would be cool.
falls out.
Like at the end of a Mario level.
There's nothing. You take a gamble. You almost just hope it's over.
Yeah.
And so you send a message to your vagina we're done by going, I'm going to free ball it.
Yes.
Nothing. Just to send a message we're done. To almost will it. And then you ruin your underwear.
And then a day and a half later, it's JK, here's a little pink spotting.
Oh yeah, it comes back. We sometimes get a random pain in the boob and wonder if we're getting a heart attack. I think that's a pain in my heart.
Time.
I don't get it. I get it in my heart where you have to freeze because you're if I move again, it's gonna do it.
But that's not just a woman thing, though.
No, that's a man thing. Yeah. Okay.
It must be your heart muscle. We know nothing.
Or it's heartburn,
No
or it's your pectorals. It could be a lot of things.
God, I hate that.
Okay. This is one from me IRL. And it says, that stands for in real life. It says people who keep their phone silent 24/7 are so done with life. It's like a meme that says that. I think
you.
What do you mean by we're done with life? We're
I
in
keep
life.
my phone silent 24/7, and I am not done with life. I'm fighting claw and tooth.
I don't need any alert on my phone because it's in my hand all the fucking time. I don't need it to, that is why. It's not in it. I would like to say because I don't want to be bothered by it. And I have it on focus mode a lot or silent mode because I don't want to be bothered by it while it's in my hand or while I'm like watching a video on it.
Who are you impersonating?
Someone who's better than me of like reads books a lot, not on their phone. All my books are on my phone. Okay. Men of Reddit. What is something women hate about their bodies that you actually love? Oh, a bestie sent me this to share because she was like, maybe this would be good for other people to hear.
Wait, men are asking what?
This is asking men of Reddit. What is something that women hate about their bodies that you actually love?
Oh, I know.
Okay, this guy wrote a fucking. Oh, you do? Okay.
Their asses, their tits, their vaginas.
Jennifer Grey's nose.
Blake Lively's old nose.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy goes, these are all guys. This reminds me kind of guys who like wear shirts that say feminist AF and like try to get laid by liking things that women feel bad about themselves about.
I actually like a woman's armpit hair. It's like fucking sexy to me.
Give me a fucking break.
But then there are guys that like it, so
No,
like
I
I
know.
can't judge them. Like
They
you
can
like what you
like it.
like.
No, I
They
would
can
love
like
to
it,
meet
but
them.
don't go broadcasting it because you want to get some poon.
Well, let me just say this girl asked. So this is an ask thing.
Poon.
So, okay. This guy said everything that has to do with getting older. Oh, give me a fucking break. When my wife and I got married, we were obviously younger and in our 20s. Although never thin, I was more slender. My wife, 5'9", has legs for days and just a banging body. Now, I'm not as thin, same as her. We have 2 kids, blah, 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 whatever. He says, she has more of a tummy now, bigger boobs, maybe doesn't shave like she used to or wear skimpy lingerie outfits randomly, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. We've grown older together and I honestly couldn't find anything in this world that still turns me on as the certain way my wife runs her fingers down my back or how she looked naked. And it's because she's mine, not in a possessive sexist way, but in a I'm the luckiest guy in the world that this beautiful woman wants to spend the rest of her life with me and have sex with me. Hopefully this isn't too long-winded. It kind of was, but it is sweet.
That's
but I'm
He's
also
looking
like,
for upvotes. He's just looking. He's trolling for upvotes.
you're
what it
right.
is.
I know. And he's hoping his wife like stumbles upon this and she's like, is this you? Are you okay, jackpot? Or whatever his name is. My ex-girlfriend always complained. This is a different guy. My ex-girlfriend always complained about the size of her cheeks and how she looked like Quico, a character from an old Mexican TV series. For me, she looked gorgeous. I love to kiss and caress her cute round face.
That's sweet.
That's fine.
Uneven breasts adds character and makes paying attention to each one a separate adventure.
What?
All
Get the
right.
fuck? That guy's a serial killer, I think.
My wife was very self-conscious about her inverted nipples, but I adore them. Someone says this makes me feel
inverted
better. I have
nipples?
one of each, an in and an outie, and it makes me so self-conscious.
What is
Same. My
this?
kids, I've never heard of it either, but apparently it's a thing.
An
that a lot
inverted
of-
nipple?
Yes.
I have
That
one.
goes
It's
in?
nothing big. I didn't even know I had it until like 3 years ago. And then a doctor was like, have you always had this? I'm like, what? It just looks like a finger. If you took your fingernail and pressed it hard into your nipple, that's what it looks like. It just looks
so
like
one has a nipple, but you never noticed that?
I never noticed that. Like,
That it was different than the other?
yeah, I never noticed. It literally just looks like if you took your thumb and pressed it for 30 seconds into your nipple. Like, would you even notice that?
And it's like that all the time.
Yeah,
My
but
nipples like stick out.
okay, perfect pussy and perfect.
No,
nipple.
I don't have a perfect pussy and I don't have perfect nipples, but I'm just saying like I don't understand what an inverted nipple looks like. I should Google one. Hold on one
Okay,
second.
do it.
Inverted.
But they're gonna show you the most
nipple.
extreme one, probably.
Right. I'll unextreme it in my mind. Okay. I see.
I'm gonna Google it,
looks
too.
It looks like a belly button,
Inverted
Mm.
nipple.
kind of.
What's
This
the
is the one
Is
I'm
it the
seeing.
first one you're looking at?
Oh, okay, yes. There's one on Top Doctors that looks like it's not too extreme.
Yeah.
Wait, this doesn't look like mine. No, these are intense. Mine is just
These
a
look-
very slight literally like if you took your nail and just put it in there. I don't even think Matt would notice.
So you never noticed that it was different than the other one? You would never notice that?
No.
Okay, well then great. Cellulite. Someone said cellulite. I don't give a fuck what kind of phone she got. What?
Oh,
Is this a joke?
it's a pun. It's a pun. He's got cellulite. I don't give a fuck what kind of phone she's got. Yeah.
I hate that guy.
I hate it too.
But also cellulite. Do you guys care about cellulite? I think they do.
I think they do.
I don't think it's the greatest looking thing.
It's not. It's not like a deal breaker, but I think it's better if it's not there. I guess
exactly. It's not. It's
not like a turn on.
Right. I mean, I'm sure it is to some people, but I don't think it's like going to make you leave your wife if she has it. I don't think it's the biggest deal.
Hairy pits and cellulite and misaligned breasts.
Someone said, I love sleepy, set back bedroom eyes, and I love boyish clothes on girls. So hot. I also like when a woman has a deeper voice. God, it's hot. Thank you. My wife's boobs. She hates them with a passion. I cannot figure out why. They are perfect. Okay, so it's just a bunch. I'm trying to think of. I will say the boyish clothes thing, it's all I want to wear is boy clothes. I want to wear clothes that fit comfortably, don't constantly make me feel fat. Being a girl and wearing jeans is hell, okay? Why do we always feel fat? Because jeans are styled to be tight on us. That is the style, and it's not always the style. And I know men are like, well, why don't you wear them more comfortably? Because they're not as attractive if they're more they're not the style that are in. Jeans are supposed to be snug. So if you gain a pound, you feel fat because the jeans are supposed to, like, when I go to my stylist, jeans are supposed to be hard to get into. You're supposed to have to like hop. That's like a jean that fits. So when it doesn't fit, if you just have a little water weight or something, that's why women constantly feel fat, is because our clothes are so goddamn tight. And men have they have so much more room. And I've been wearing baggier stuff lately, and Chris got me a Chris, like, the best thing I've done is tell Chris, like, will you go find me, like, a shirt that you think would look good on me? And then he goes shopping, and I get a new shirt, and he's excited about it. And he tries to buy stuff that I'll like, so he buys them bigger. And so then I get to wear bigger clothes that are probably less attractive to my boyfriend because they are bigger, because they're more like boy clothes. But because he bought them, he is attracted to me in it. Win-win, baby.
Yeah.
And they're really
I'm the
cute.
opposite. I do think that a tight jean looks good, but I really like a baggy casual girl.
Oh, do you really? Do you also?
And I love when I can see her armpit hair.
Just kidding. No,
Brian's wearing
I
his
think it's
feminist
cool.
as fuck t-shirt also.
What? Oh yeah, he is right now, and it's tight as hell. Wait, Noah, you said recently on a girl, I don't know where it was, but you said that you were like, I don't know how to dress anymore. You were talking about that. It was so funny to me.
I don't know how to, I don't. Avi and I, we do this totally subconsciously. When we don't see each other in the morning getting ready, we end up wearing the same exact thing. Same exact shirt color, same exact shorts. We both go shopping at REI now for comfortable clothes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's it.
It's,
I don't want to
it
dress
is
like that
confusing when you are on the precipice of 40. You're like, you can't do things. You do need to start changing. Like, I am getting ready for a total wardrobe overhaul of like no more, and all I really want to wear is Lululemon. I mean, it's really all that feels comfortable. You switch to it's just, it doesn't look as good as a put together outfit, but I'm feeling just as confounded by like, what is cute, and do I care about what's cute? Am I wearing cute stuff? Who am I trying to win over when I look cute? My mom? I like my mom to go, you look cute. I do like that, but like, what else does that get me? Like, I'm not trying to get laid anymore. I don't even want, like, I do like when Chris thinks I look cute. So sometimes I dress up for him. But what is more disappointing than when you dress up and the person you're dressing up for doesn't say anything?
Yes, it's so
Maybe nothing in the whole world feels that bad. So
Like
I don't even like to do that.
Party that nobody comes to.
Which I'll probably have on Thursday. But yes, it's that is the truth.
The
Okay.
most
Are you having a
shocking
party?
experiment I did recently was I thought, I'll just wear a half shirt and see if I can get Matt's attention. And I did put on like a little, I never wear half shirts or skimpy tops. And I did this one day, and I was like, that's all it took. Like, I walked downstairs and he immediately like starts pawing me or what. Oh, God, my nose is running so bad. I'm so sorry. I have snot coming out of my nose as I'm telling you a story about how sexy I looked. Then he like completely got into me. And I was like, oh, it's that easy. So I'm going to do that.
sometimes my favorite trick is to come out wearing like something new and then just be casual, like just take out a tit, like just tuck up your shirt so that it's like your tit is hanging out, just open in the air. Or like pull your tank top down so it's just like exposed, and then just have a normal conversation and wait until they see it.
Yes.
It's almost this trend that's going on where there's like a girl will show her mom her phone and she has like baby hands and she's like tapping it and the mom like doesn't see the little hands. And she also has her tit out. All right, guys, let's go. This is the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Anya, feel better, sniffles, and great show. We'll see you tomorrow on the podcast on my birthday. Is when it will air.
Yeah.
Let's not make a big deal out of it, everyone. It's fine.
Never
39.
mind.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just
Who gives a shit?
Ignore. Who gives a fuck? It's just another time around the fucking sun or the globe. I don't know which one it is. Thank you for listening to the show. Don't be cut and just wear boy clothes.